Hello, welcome to the next episode of Welcome to Madison. I'm excited to see what the party gets up to tonight. Before we jump into intros and everything, I'm going to say a few words about our sponsors, and I'll pass it on over to Nikki to take it away. So our sponsors are Fundamental RPG. It's a simple D20 system that's not tied to a genre, so you can use it to play any style of game that you like, from high fantasy to sci-fi and everything in between. You can pick up physical copies on Amazon. There's a link there in chat. Or digital copies, or the free quick play guide at coffee.com/raven, like it's spelled at the bottom left-hand corner of the screen. Our other sponsor is Die Hard Dice. They sell amazing polymer and metal dice sets and accessories. You can find their products at dieharddice.com. If you use the code FUNRPG, that's all one word with all caps. Normally it's 10% off of your order, but for the next couple of days until the end of the month, you can get 15% off of your order, which I highly recommend checking out the magnetic pop-up dice tower. I was sent one recently and I've been using it inside the magnetic dice trays that they sell, and it is pretty awesome. There's a link straight to that right there in chat. And that is it for our sponsors, so I'll pass it on over to Nikki to introduce everybody and take it away.
Hi, everybody. We're going to start introductions with V.
You caught me off guard. I wasn't expecting to go first. Hi, I'm V. I am playing Eve. Don't ask me what Eve has done on stream so far, because I'm not sure. My brain does not distinguish well between what we've streamed and what we've not. She is a federal agent. She works with a section of the government called the DNHA, which is, they've got their hands in some spooky stuff. So she's hanging around and seeing what she can do on her end of things. So yeah, that's me and Eve.
Okay, next is Ren.
Me. Hello. I'm Ren. I play Jonathan Merrow, a very nervous paranormal researcher who we spent a lot of time over the past few sessions making fun of, rightfully. In terms of me, I'm on Twitter at Rand Plays Games, but we're going to be doing plugs at the end of the game, so I think that's enough on John. Nervous. Okay. Beautiful.
Okay.
Sad.
M.
Yeah, I'm Emily. I play Dr. Donald Reed, a scientist with NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory, and he's just happy to be here.
That is a lie.
It is a lie.
Would anybody be happy?
There's never been a man less happy to be somewhere than Donald Reed is happy to be in Madison.
You're at least close to right. It's arguable between you. It's not a good time, no. Not for Dawn. It's a great time for me, just not for Dawn.
Okay, I am sorry about that.
Mom, please say Charles, keep going. Mom, please say.
Okay, well, apparently my name is Mom, and I am the GM here, and I played at NPCs. And welcome to Madison, everybody. Right now, I think everybody's in the B&B, and you're looking out the window, and there's some people in blue suits racing towards the building. I don't know what you're doing. Beyonce, your lovely NPC, is just kind of staring off into space, twisting at her ring.
Well, I feel like the obvious solution here is that we should leave. I feel like staying here is maybe not that wise. How do we all feel about that as a concept? Maybe.
Yeah, let's go. I need to go home.
I suppose the place you'd like to, I suppose the place you'd like to go, and Don looks at John, is the library.
I don't think there's a better place to go than the library at the moment. I'm more just concerned about them, and John will point out the window towards the people in the blue suits.
Yes, well, how would you propose we get there? It's pitch black outside. None of the lights seem to be on. None of the stars seem to be on either. That's not present and correct.
What? We could ask D. For one of the tunnels?
That's yeah.
No?
Don almost feels bad for bothering D. D, I don't suppose we could get a little, way to the library that doesn't involve, getting jumped by Smurfs. Wow. That's a thing I just said.
So instead of a tunnel, what you get is the Smurfs just disappear, and you see the town again, and it's daytime, but it looks like it's spring for some reason.
Oh, well, are there like people outside?
Yes, there's people outside.
It actually looks like normal, at least normal for Madison standards.
No, it looks really, really super normal. It looks like a normal small town in the springtime.
Right. Well, I still suggest we leave.
Is that stage still out there?
Yes.
That's unsettling.
I'm just going to say you can see it there, and there's a sign hanging that says like Spring Festival, and there's just people walking around.
I still think we should go, just because I don't actually know where those people went, and they could be anywhere, really. We could be anywhere, really.
Far, like I said, unless things have moved, far edge of the known universe. Hopefully, no human sacrifices for Spring Festival. That would be preferable. Yes. Right.
John is going to creep to the door and peek out.
Is he ugly outside?
Outside the room, yeah.
Okay, it's just normal B&B outside of the room. Everything looks really nicely, like, kind of blandly decorated.
Okay.
You know, you see like a Live, Laugh, Love sign.
Oh. We truly are in the heart of darkness.
Yeah, Don actually, like, sighs when he sees it.
Yes, I'm going to... I think we should leave. And John will pick up his bag and head for the elevator.
Do we still have the rings?
Yeah. It keeps
awesome.
twisting her.
Awesome.
You see them, and they're like staring into space, kind of twisting their ring.
Beyonce, are you? Well, I know this is a stupid question, but relatively speaking, are you okay?
I need to get home.
I mean, I'm not sure. Is that is that possible, or is something keeping her here?
Well, when you say home, do you mean New Orleans?
My house, it's here, isn't it?
Yes, but there's also an elderly vampire woman living there who wants to eat your soul.
Yeah, that's a little bit of a. That's actually a huge problem.
Okay, I understand. And if you look at her, they still look empty, like they're still thinking about it. Like maybe there's something telling them to go there.
John's gonna grab like a protein bar out of his bag and give it to her.
Okay. Does John can see the ghost now or not?
He's got his sunnies on, so yeah.
Okay,
he's got his green airport lounge sunnies on.
There is
he gave Dawn the fancy one.
Yeah.
The ghost fiance is telling Beyonce to go home.
Dawn, you're wearing the ring, right? Yes.
Yeah.
If you wouldn't mind, perhaps you could just sort of give a gentle push in this direction.
Yeah.
Look, I'm not saying punch the woman, but
hold on. Dawn actually puts the glasses on so he can see. Oh, well, that's and yeah, no, he doesn't want to just punch a random ghost. That doesn't seem to be like outright menacing. He tries to see if the Beyonce ghost even responds to him first. Like, excuse me, hello?
Beyonce ghost just glares at you and it's like, listen, I'm talking to myself.
Yes, I see that, but it seems that you're rather distressing yourself. If you could maybe not.
But we need to go home.
And get eaten and subsumed by the demon vampire lady.
Well, you'll be there, so you won't let that happen.
I appreciate the confidence. It's really very, very, very supportive. But while Don is very strong and has a pair of weapons on him, I cannot fight a succubus.
Yeah, you can.
I really can't. I don't know if you've looked at me recently, but I have all the muscle tone of a 12-year-old boy.
Yeah, I mean,
not a sporty one.
Yeah, I know your muscle tone. You can do it. You just flip your hair a little, say,
what?
We're alone, and that should work.
Miss! John flips his hood up.
Oh, whatever. Okay.
I think maybe that's something to try later when we actually have some semblance of a clue of what we're doing.
You still don't know what you're doing?
No, that kind of takes time and studying and stuff.
Yeah, but you've been here forever. Just do it.
Oh, can you imagine how Apollo 11 would have gone if they said, yeah, just do it. Launch the rocket. It'll be great.
John is now muttering darkly about how he isn't a hussy. Just flip his hair. Who does she think he is? Etc. Just very quietly.
Who's Apollo? The show? The theater?
Dawn actually looks like hearing that was physically painful.
I mean, you don't look like the type to go to the theater, but I don't want to assume anything.
I mean, I do all the time. I'm talking about the moon, the landing on the moon. You know, one of the greatest achievements of all mankind of all time. You know, no big deal.
Then that happened a long time ago, like 1970.
Again, Don looks like he's almost in physical pain. I think maybe go, I don't know, like play a game somewhere that does not involve, like, I don't know, messing with people and come back later when we've had time to do some research.
No, I like hanging out here and talking to myself.
Yourself doesn't seem to like you talking to yourself.
Okay.
John is going to pull out his bullet journal and his Sharpie that can write on anything. And he is going to can't believe that this woman told him to do this. He's outraged. He would like to banish this ghost temporarily.
Okay, roll magical. Actually, give me 2 magical engineering rolls.
I shall.
The first one is a secret one. The second one is
okay, 34
for the first one.
Yep.
Okay.
And a 19 for the second one.
Okay, you do not manage to banish the ghost, but Beyonce does stop fiddling with the ring. Like the not that Beyonce stops fiddling with the ring.
John sort of very huffily like snaps the journal closed and shoves it into his pocket. Like,
could you imagine if somebody said of the International Space Station, "Oh yeah, just do that. Just do that. You don't worry about planning or calculations."
New York?
What?
Is the International Space Station in New York?
You guys have effectively broken Don for the rest of the session. That's it. Call it game over, boys. He's done. He's gone.
By this point, Don finally
Don being
does walk
shown
over.
to show a little ankle, and Don being asked if the International Space Station is in New York. It's all on Eve now. Rest of the game.
I mean, it's what it says on the tin. It's Don finally goes up to Beyonce's ghost and shockingly politely puts his hands on her shoulders and kind of tries to guide them towards the door.
Just push them through the wall.
Yeah, just towards the door. Just towards the door and out.
Hey,
of the room.
hands! You're too old for that.
My God. Yeah, I could. You didn't even knock.
Okay. Then you'll see the Beyonce goes like knock.
No, you can't come in. Goodbye. And he opens the door and he doesn't shove her out, but like gives her just a little bit of like a slide out the door. Tries to like slide her out the door.
You hear her just talking about boomers, like complaining about them.
Oh my God. Oh, I'm a Gen Xer, and all those terms are bullshit anyway. It's all used for marketing.
Okay, boomer.
Whatever. He just
John will put a hand on Don's shoulder very tentatively and be like, I don't think you're a boomer.
It's all for marketing anyway. It's just bullshit. And he closes the door behind once he's kind of slid her out of the room. And he's thinking, just to watch her walk through the fucking door or something.
I do still think that we should investigate. And as I said, if those men in blue come back, I think it would be prudent to not be here.
Yes, no, agreed. Since they apparently think that we are here.
In fact, I have a feeling that perhaps we should look into those. We heard about the boat explosion being sighted multiple times.
Or at least a quote-unquote ghost boat. And Don kind of looks to Beyonce again. He still has the glasses on. Are you I'm hoping are things a little quieter now?
Yes.
Sorry about that. And he kind of pauses and looks around the room just to make sure that the ghost doesn't like come back in through a wall or something.
Right. I think considering how strange time has been, it might be worth investigating, considering that seems to be the biggest connection to time through sort of a scientific lens, which definitely is more your wheelhouse than mine, Don. Please don't think that I'm overstepping, but just in terms of trying to understand what's going on with the other agent. See, I'm sorry, Eve. What are they called?
Oh, are you talking about the Smurfs?
Do they have a different name?
I mean, they do, but they get on my nerves quite enough to be just referred to as Smurfs.
It feels impolite.
Probably, but it's okay. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
Well,
As the authority figure here, John, I tell you that it's okay. It's not illegal, I tell you that much.
Well, yes, no, but being impolite isn't technically illegal either. It doesn't mean that we should necessarily do it.
It's fine. You really don't have to worry about it.
At hearing being impolite technically isn't illegal, Don actually has to stop himself from laughing.
So outside, you all see, the people who can like see ghosts or whatever, you can see the boat explode and then disappear, like a ghost time boat explosion, just randomly.
Does it
and
seem
John
to be...
will like pat at both Eve and Don's shoulders and be like, we should.
Yeah, Don does still have the glasses on. Does it seem to be in a place where we know the boat was parked at some point?
No, it's just like on the main street.
So it's just like in a random place.
Yes.
Well, that's... Like, Don was almost feeling hopeful there for a minute. Like, never mind. But internally, just...
So outside?
Yeah.
Yes.
And as they're sort of heading down, John will be going, I think that perhaps we should try and utilize what resources we have available to us. In this case, Keely, there seems to be a whole lot of TV characters wandering about. Quite a lot of whom are fixated on solving problems to some extent. Perhaps we could try and use one problem to solve another problem and direct the young men that we ran into last time away from us and towards the exploding boat. I will just point out, John calls the Winchesters young men. They are clearly older than him. Clearly older than him.
Don, somebody rushes past you carrying like a stack of boxes, and they say, "Excuse me, Mr. Reed." I mean, like they don't want to bump into you, but they're calling you Mr. Reed.
He stops. To him, like, the whole Mr. Doctor thing is not a huge deal unless he's like...
Doctor. I'm sorry, I messed that up.
Oh, he stops, and kind of pauses. Is it somebody he recognizes?
No, it's just a random townsperson with a stack of boxes.
Huh? Do they look like they're like dressed like they like? Are they headed for the university barn or something? Or
it just looks like a random 21st century person and of a stack of boxes, just red. Who knows why they have a stack of boxes?
he really quickly puts the sunglasses back on and looks at them because what the hell?
No, it's not a ghost. And Eve,
That was odd.
they would have bumped into you unless you want to do like a roll to stop that.
Sorry, I was in the middle of taking a bite of a sandwich.
I'm sorry.
Sorry about that.
The person who dashed out of the way of Dr. Reed is about to bump into you unless you want to like try to avoid it.
Oh, yeah, sure. I'll try to sidestep them a little bit. Let me get my character sheet. What am I rolling?
Nimbleness, maybe?
Yes, nimbleness.
Okay. Oh my god. We're off to a horrible start today. What is going on already?
That is Dawn's base score.
That is the worst I can roll without a crit fail. I just don't know why this is happening to me.
Oh
It's
no.
okay. So this person bumps into you and all of their boxes fall, like, fly up and fall.
No.
As soon as the boxes fall, Eve is like, oh, I'm so sorry. And she'll like bend down to start to pick anything that's fallen down like out of the boxes to scoop it up and stuff back into the boxes.
It's just they're just boxes. Empty boxes.
There's nothing in the boxes?
No.
They're not carrying anything at all?
No.
Yeah, Dawn
Oh.
saw and also goes back to help and then sees that they are empty boxes and kind of looks from the boxes to Eve to the person who was carrying them with this incredibly incredulous expression on his face.
Yeah, Eve goes to like start to do that where she's like, oh, stuff is clearly going to fall out of these boxes. But when she sees that there's nothing in them, she's just like, oh, and like, stacks them together like, well, I'm glad that nothing seems to be amiss. Here's your boxes.
Well, thank you, miss. Are you new to town?
Yes, actually. I'm not here very long, just passing through.
Oh, well, do you work for the newspaper?
No, not for the newspaper.
Okay.
Just
You
here.
would expect someone from the newspaper to write an article to save the town.
Does
Oh,
Dawn recognize this person at all?
No, but this sounds a lot like a Lifetime movie.
do you need a hand with your boxes, miss?
No, well, I'll see you around.
Okay.
But wait, do we know each other?
Yeah, you're Dr. Reed. You're the town scientist.
The town scientist.
Dawn looks so confused.
John will scribble a note in his journal.
Dawn
I
just
don't
mouths the words "town scientist." Like, what the fuck kind of title is that?
Do you know
You wanna save us from
myself
Ash?
or Miss Olau?
I'm sorry.
Do you know myself or Miss Olau?
No, I assumed you all were new to town to help us with the newspaper article to save us.
I mean, I am a writer. I'm not really. And I suppose if it's important. You guys can very clearly see John is about to get pressured into writing a newspaper article by no one but himself if you do not step in and stop.
Oh, you're writing the article.
Oh, would you be so kind as to let them know what it is that we are saving them? We are saving you from.
From you're saving us from not having the article written.
Yes. The stakes couldn't be higher.
Well, I suppose, how long is it meant to be?
You have what is it? 2 days, 3 days, whatever. What the person tells you, whatever the amount of time was you had to fix the issue. I forgot.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
So we have 3
It had-
days until
it had been
the
3
eclipse or
days.
whatever, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, John will take some preliminary notes to write an article that he definitely doesn't need to.
You want to get coffee sometime?
That's very kind of. Sure.
Okay. Well, I've got to deliver these boxes before my delivery is late, but I'll see you around town.
Okay.
The moment that John says sure, Eve just mouths the words, "Oh my god."
He looks very confused by this entire interaction.
That's okay. So does Dawn.
Okay. It's just a standard Lifetime movie plot. Sorry.
This is so funny. John only has like 3 skills. One of them is writing.
He doesn't recognize the plot.
He doesn't watch romance movies. He's strictly in the horror genre. He's wrong genre savvy for this. He's like, if I leave that poor lady alone, she'll get eaten by Cthulhu. Anyway, as I was saying, if we can find and perhaps direct the efforts of those fictional characters towards an endeavor that would be useful to us, perhaps that would be an idea?
Well, I mean, I do have a list of materials we would need for the boat, but they are, I mean, I was about to say good luck finding them on Earth, but we are here. So,
Dr. Reed, you have people just waving to you as you all walk through town, happily.
which is intensely creepy, and
I feel like this is like the scene in Hot Fuzz where he goes for a run and everyone's like, oh.
yes, exactly that vibe.
Before we go for a little jaunt around town again, is Eve's car still parked by the B&B?
Yes.
Okay. Eve is going to stop at her car before we go. And she has a little compartment under one of the seats where she stashes her firearm in her holster. And she has a jacket, like a really light jacket in the front seat. She's going to take all that shit with her.
Okay.
And like her badge is in the pocket of one of the jacket that she has in the front seat. She's going to take all that with her. And if we see the Winchesters, let's show them exactly what a real badge looks like.
Don's already got something hooked to his belt other than the ice axes from earlier in game. He has barely been without them since the first half of the season.
Meanwhile, John's like, oh my gosh, is that a real gun?
Don barely gives the gun a second glance. He's like, eh.
King Americans.
Eve's just like, yes, John, it is real. So we're just gonna put this away. She like slips it into the holster. She's got like a shoulder holster that she clips on. She's like, we're just gonna put this away for now. That's okay. Don't worry about it.
Right.
Somebody's getting ready to put a flyer on your car, but they see you, so they don't put the flyer on them. They just kind of are holding a stack of flyers for a town dance.
Oh, excuse me, sir. What do you have there?
These are the flyers for our town dance before our spring festival.
Right. And at this town dance, would you say that any strange things tend to happen there, or is there sort of like a ritual fire circle, or again, John is wrong genre savvy. He's like, people are going to die at the dance. That's not what's happening. That's clearly not what's happening.
No, it's a sweetheart dance.
So one person selects another person, then takes them away from the group.
Yes.
Right. And have a bunch of people mysteriously gone missing at the sweetheart dance before?
Can't say they have. Not until afterwards. You know, we do this every year. New people come through.
I see.
Are you coming to the dance?
Could I have one of those flyers?
Yes, you can.
Are the people who go missing? Do they tend to be people who are new to town or visiting?
Yes, usually a young reporter or a young person who is doing something for the town. Yes.
Oh,
Eve is in the background. She's just like nodding very slowly, like, yep, that checks out. Of course, a young visitor.
well then.
Then they disappear in mysterious circumstances and are never seen again.
Yes. But usually sometimes they say they're going to settle here. Sometimes they go off to the big city. Sometimes they go off to their kingdom in Europe somewhere. Yorkville Kingdom.
There aren't that many kingdoms in Europe. I mean, most of them at this point are constitutional monarchies, at the very least. I mean, honestly, most of them are now democratically elected.
I don't know. There seem to be a lot of kingdoms out there.
There aren't.
And she's going to list off a bunch of kingdoms that are like Netflix or Lifetime movie kingdoms.
Arendelle is
and
one
lean
of
in
them.
and whisper and be like, I don't think this man's ever seen an atlas before.
No, I wouldn't say he probably has.
Well, thank you very much for the flyer.
We'll see you at the tea-cart dance.
Perhaps so. We'll endeavor to make sure that no more people go missing.
We'll see what happens. You have a great day now.
This seems very sinister.
Yeah, especially with like all the people waving, like Dawn can practically hear like just a bunch of cultists saying, "The greater good."
The greater good.
Look, it just seems like a cheerful small town.
Yeah, John will like rub over his face and be like, right. It would appear it looks like we've moved from sort of a paranormal more into a sort of Wicker Man cult aesthetic. I can't help but feel that it all leads back to the boat, though.
Yes, well, I mean,
You would recognize it probably from some movie that Dee watched, or that's a Lifetime movie, I think.
yeah, and that's the thing. The Lifetime movies were movies that they probably just indulged Dee with, like, yeah, sure, we'll sit and watch these with you to be nice. That, or it's like, yes, we'll watch these with you, but I'm going to get extraordinarily high first. Which is actually probably pretty entertaining for Dee.
Just to be clear, what John thinks this man described is that a stranger comes to town, they are selected by someone in the population, taken away from everyone else, and like ritually sacrificed. And that is why they are never seen again. That's clearly not what is happening. But
the sacrifice
that's what John
probably not
thinks.
happening, but probably the rest of it is what happens to those movies. You know, the new person comes in, suddenly the perfect person for them shows up.
Yeah.
Honestly, given the way this town is, and with like the ritual sacrifice basement and the whole future murder thing, Dawn at this point is not entirely unsure that that's not what happened.
John will be poring over the flyer looking for like evil runes or like signs of what
It's written in
dread
Comic
god is
Sans.
being served.
It's
Written in Comic Sans. The
Well,
most
that's a sign.
is that the most evil of fonts, or is that papyrus now?
I did the
I
sky
think it's the most evil font is the one that looks like Norse runes but isn't actually Norse runes. Like it's they pick the runes to look like English letters.
You know what? That's the font they used then.
Horrific.
And then they have
No,
like
Ran
little,
is horrified on a soul deep level.
like little clip arts around it, like terrible old clip art from like 1993 or something.
Dawn just stares at the flyer for a minute and then says, graphic design is my passion. And like the most sarcastic, like voice and expression just dripping with sarcasm.
So do you think if we start loudly talking about ghosts, then some characters will show up?
Well, perhaps specifically a boat that went missing. You think?
I think it's like if the fate of the world is in balance, John will say much too loudly.
Yes.
Ever since poor Eve's family boat was exploded in that terrible accident.
Yeah, beautiful thing. Shiny, bright yellow.
So the Winchesters, you can see them walking.
She will never find true love until the boat has been. And he kind of gives Eve this sort of helpless, like,
Eve says a little too loudly in response. She's like, sometimes I still feel like I hear my family's voices.
And John will shoot like a little.
Yeah, same from Dawn.
Well, you got the Winchesters that are on their way.
And Dawn has it's not a bullet journal, but he does pull out one of those little
Like a reporter flip book.
yeah, basically he's like quickly, as surprising, like incredibly neatly, like writing down a list of materials. Like this man writes, it's so neat it looks like a computer did it almost.
Font.
Almost. At least it's not fucking Comic Sans.
You're telling me that Dawn writes in papyrus?
No. It is like perfectly, like you couldn't not understand. You couldn't not be able to read it. It's like perfect.
So John will continue talking loudly about how Eve would love to move on and heal from her trauma, but she just can't until this damn boat is found.
So there's even like a soundtrack, and you see like Dean walking, and it's that.
When the soundtrack kicks in, Dawn actually looks up, and there's this look on his face like, I can't
Can you
fucking
hear
believe
Buckman
this.
Turner Overdrive? I can suddenly hear Buckman Turner Overdrive.
This is the most ridiculous thing. Even Eve is like, all right, this is a little strange. And she's heard about the corn. So she just kind of goes with it, and she's like, all right, it sticks to the bit, talking about her dead family.
Dawn is calculating in his mind how much he should say, because in Supernatural, there is like a happy middle ground. If you don't say enough, or if you say too much, you become that extra that gets killed.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my gosh! I just want to keep laughing.
Once the conversation starts, John is going to try and very casually be like, I am not a romantic rival. In fact, I'm gay, and therefore, like, just so that, because it's always like the boyfriend gets killed off, and then, you know, so one of the boys can sleep with the woman of the week. So.
Oh my god. I can't breathe.
So John is just very casually like, me? No, I'm not a romantic rival of any kind.
Dawn here, like, I am happily married in a dedicated monogamous relationship with 2 lovely daughters.
Interesting.
Yep.
Don't say too much or they'll kill you for drama.
So you need some help, miss?
And Dawn, kind of behind his back, slips her the list of materials.
She like subtly reaches out to take it from him.
Because he feels like he's almost reached the upper threshold of you're going to be killed as an extra who said too much.
Yeah, no, Eve like very slowly reaches out, very inconspicuously takes it. She pretends like she did not have any idea that 2 men were approaching to come help with a ghost boat. In fact, what are they doing here? She like jumps a little bit, like, oh my goodness, yeah, sorry, didn't see you there.
I am Special Agent Young.
It still just astounds me that, what is this, like the second or third time they've met with these people and they still don't know? Like,
yeah, but you've like combed your hair since then, so you're clearly a different character.
Ah, that's right. Yes, the part in my hair is to the other side now. So
yeah, it's like they had you as an extra in one episode, and then they're like, we really liked her, we should bring her back as someone completely different.
And Dawn is wearing a different jacket, and John has his hood up now. So
yeah, different.
Clearly,
different
an
characters.
entirely different cast.
Yes.
Yeah.
Eve is like, oh, yes, actually, it's your arrival is very well timed, in fact, because we did have an issue that we were looking for some assistance with.
Are you also with the FBI? John will say.
Yes,
Like-
I'm Agent Young, and he like flips the badge really, really quickly. Like,
How impressive.
Dawn just nods approvingly.
Eve has never seen an episode of Supernatural, so she does not know the rules about talking too much or too little. So somebody's going to have to save this poor lady when she gets into dangerous territories. But yeah, so she hams it up. Like, she just absolutely plays way into it. She's like, yes, oh my goodness, absolutely. Thank you so much for your offer. And then she tells them about her family. And she even sheds a little tear, just a little misty-eyed, like, you know, sniffles and wipes her eye.
Single tear rolls down one
just
cheek.
Yeah, just the one. She wipes it away and she sniffles and she's like, oh my god, I'm so sorry. Like, I hate crying in front of people. I'm so sorry.
we'll help you, miss.
Oh, thank you. And she like reaches out and touches his arm. She's like, thank you so much. That's so lovely of you.
John, you can do a magic engineering, or you could have another way to help her. Even if you want to get out of the supernatural
Let's do magic engineering.
Dawn also reaches over and
32.
gently pats her shoulder and quietly says, there.
It's a 32. So what John does is he puts his sunglasses on and is like examining the magical stuff in the air of like these clearly fictional characters and all this stuff that's happening, and like looks for the plot line, and it goes like, okay, we got to exit the scene now, and we'll like take Eve by the arm and be like, we're going to go get her a slice of pie and a cup of coffee at the diner. Thank you so much for your help, Agent Young and Agent Diamond. John is not a good actor. He's trying. It's not working. He's so awkward. He keeps looking at the camera.
And I'll see you at the sweetheart dance. And he says that to Eve.
There, Eve. Stop thinking about your family burning to death on that boat. We'll just kind of guide her away.
She starts to like tear up even more at the mention of them. Like some fresh wound is open and John is just prodding at it.
And once we've moved like 2 meters, so we're clearly out of the camera range, we'll be like, oh, thank God, that was horrific. I cannot do this. This is not...
Once John says that, Eve like sniffles and like, you know, shakes her head a little bit, and she reaches over and like pats his arm. She's like, don't quit your day job.
Don does
really
kind of
don't
glance
want to.
over his shoulder while they're leaving and mumbles something about CW actors being unfairly attractive.
I mean, considering our group, we do kind of fit in with the CW.
That's fair.
Like, Eve is gorgeous. Every picture you've drawn of Dawn, I feel like, holy shit, this guy. And John is a Disney princess, so... John is one of those hot topic edits of Alice in Wonderland.
So you've got the Winchesters getting your boat parts for you.
And the nice thing is, we didn't even have to tell them where to meet us. They'll know.
Yeah,
That's how it
they'll
works.
just find us in about half an hour. Right. Well, may I suggest we go to the library? Perhaps.
Yes, and Dawn immediately looks around to make sure that Beyonce has not wandered off.
The smart thing. No, Beyonce's standing there.
Oh, thank God.
Has she eaten her protein bar?
No.
I'm quite concerned about Beyonce. I mean, Miss Carter? Mix Carter? Are you feeling all right?
I'm fine.
You mentioned before that you'd been drawing some pictures since joining up with us. Perhaps you'd like to talk about your art?
I drew pictures. And they look confused for a minute, and then they reach into their bag and just hand you a sketchbook.
I'd like an empathy, please.
Okay.
John is really concerned about this girl. Like, Rand probably knows what's up, but 25. Fucking killing it. Okay, that was a really good roll.
So, what does John think is going on?
That we haven't actually met Beyonce before. She was possessed by the spirit of her dead alternate self before this.
Yeah. Basically, yeah.
Okay. Okay. With that high in empathy, can you kind of figure out how to help a little bit?
Well, if he's figured out that they haven't actually met the actual Beyonce before, they could maybe just like talk to her, say introductions.
Yeah. So I think John like looks her up and down and goes, "Oh, I do apologize. Where are my manners? I don't think we've actually been introduced. My name's John, Jonathan Marrow," and he will hold out a hand to shake.
They'll just after a moment they'll shake hands.
May I know your name?
You're calling Beyonce.
Well, I was calling somebody Beyonce. I'm not entirely certain that person was you.
But she's FBI.
Oh, no, we were lying to the television characters. No, you can trust Eve. She knows what's going on, and that other people, much more important people, have already decided that she's very trustworthy. So I'm sure that we can trust her.
Okay, Lily Asher, but I like Beyonce, so please keep calling me that.
Absolutely. Well, it's very nice to make your acquaintance. Is there anything I can do? You seem very out of sorts at the moment, and would you like a cup of tea or to have a sit down? Or
This is just a strange situation. Looks like a place I've been warned about, so I'd really like to get home. And apparently my house is down the street here.
No,
So
see,
there's a vampire.
yes, there is an aged succubus currently inhabiting that house. So perhaps not your best option. But what we can do is get you caught up on what you've missed. And John will essentially go back and sort of explain everything that's happened in between him meeting them and this moment, basically, as they're like walking to the library. Obviously, I'm not going to describe the entire campaign, but montage.
They look really upset and are just kind of defeated. But thank you for giving them the story.
I'm very sorry this has happened to you.
I'm not getting out of this town.
I think John will actually he'll take her hand and like squeeze and be like, if there is any possible way that I can get you out of this town that is within my power, I will make it happen.
I'm an Asher. I'm pretty sure that when people are a part of this town's founding families, they don't get out.
I mean, for a while, the town herself got out of the town.
Well, we can try.
There's no point in being defeated. It just allows them to defeat you much more easily.
And Dawn just nods in agreement.
No one would think I'm a writer with the way I phrased that, but essentially, it's been said before by many much better than I have. You can pick your choice of pithy quotes, whether you want to go with Midnight Oil or Dylan, but when it comes down to it, the fact of the matter is that it is better to try and fight, and at the very least then, you've spat in their eye on the way out.
It's good advice. I'll try. Thank you.
That's all I can ask. And he'll sort of pat her on the shoulder again. They're like, oh good, the library!
So it's the library. You've been here a few times.
The embrace of an old friend.
There's people in it. It's fine, but just like the rom-com town people.
Rom-com town people.
Because he decided to put you all in a rom-com today.
Oh my gosh.
If we've been put in a rom-com, I reckon John has accidentally agreed to help with like 18 different Lifetime movie events on the way here, just out of awkwardness.
Yes.
Oh,
They're
no.
like, the inaugural pie sale. And he's like, I don't know how to cook, but sure.
And Dawn has like very politely declined. Also, not gonna lie, probably the first song that came to Dawn's mind was Try by Pink.
And Eve was like getting treated like the protagonist by some people.
She just smiles and nods. She's not familiar with these movies either. She doesn't watch a whole lot of TV, but she's good enough to know that she should not agree to these things, or else there's going to be at least 700 different plot lines for each of them to follow. And that's probably not very prudent. And she tries to help John out of those tasks when possible.
Every time he just looks so grateful, like just big puppy dog eyes. Thank you.
Same with Dawn, because I mean, he knows how to.
Recognizes Dawn.
He knows how to. The fact that everyone seems to recognize him is so unsettling.
I feel like at one point it's like Don and Eve like pulling John away from something. He's like, "What even is a barn raising?"
Like I just picture anytime anyone is even approaching John, before they can reach him, John just steps between them and is like politely declining before they even have a chance to say anything.
Just done like, he's not single. Leave him alone.
Oh, we're busy right now. If you could come back later.
Leave a lifetime plotline after the beep.
Yes.
This is a cardboard cutout, not an actual man. What you're looking at is not real.
Fucking, we ran into one of John's cardboard cutouts before you joined the campaign. And it was
And
like a
Beyonce
foot
took
shorter
a
than
selfie.
him.
Yeah, Beyonce
They
took a
weren't,
selfie.
they weren't willing to pay for that much cardboard. So
Oh my
it was
God.
like 5'6".
And John's like 6'8".
John would look at the sketchbook.
I think he safely puts it away because he doesn't think that he actually has permission. Like, she's really out of it, so he's gonna wait until she's like a bit more settled and then ask again.
Okay.
Because that would be very impolite to impose that way. And of course, if someone else wants to move the plot along, you can take the book from John and look through it. But
Dawn does kind of look at Beyonce and, well, I guess she said her name was Lily Asher, right?
Yeah.
You said you made some sketches. Would you mind if I took a look?
Yeah, I don't mind.
Okay. So while they are walking, Dawn goes ahead and takes a look at some of the sketches, or at least tries to take a look through the sketchbook.
I'm sorry. I had to tell somebody to do something.
That's okay. While they're walking, then Dawn goes ahead and starts to kind of thumb through the sketchbook.
Okay, the sketchbook, it has, surprisingly, it's got drawings from the first campaign. It's got drawings from this campaign. It's got drawings of the future stuff, the weird time loop thing that happened. And then there's a couple of drawings of John looking really kind of pretty.
the wind blowing in his hair, some bishy sparkles.
Yeah.
Like, Dawn is, like, he's very casual about it, but he's holding the sketchbook in such a manner that, granted, John is tall enough, he'd probably be able to see it anyway. That John can kind of see the pages as he's kind of leafing through them.
I think she's drawn like Eve and Dawn too, but there's lots of John, obviously.
Of course. Now I want to know if
John in
there's
that little belly shirt.
Oh dear.
Now I want to know if there's a picture of shirtless Lachlan and they're posing with a Stetson.
You know what? There is.
Yes.
That was in the last campaign drawings. She's really good.
It's just pin-ups of Rand's characters.
Yeah, when Don gets to that page, he kind of shakes his head and says, I can't fucking believe he handed anyone his hat. Before continuing.
Yes, that's the sketchbook.
It's actually rather unsettling given the future events and stuff that Beyonce probably didn't actually physically see, but Don does and he sounds very sincere. These are actually quite good.
Yeah, I'm an artist.
Huh. I mean, I'd say that almost be downplaying a little bit. Is there any kind of clue in here as to like how to stop what's going to happen, or
More
like-
details about the horrific future events that will help us avoid them,
Yes.
perhaps something like that.
There's I think there's a picture of the boat that they've drawn, and like there's clues. My brain's not working right now.
Okay.
But there are a lot of clues about how to do boat stuff, and that oh my gosh, murdery pictures and stuff like that.
So I figure we go into the library. John's going to start having a look around for any, not like obvious mention of the Smurfs in Madison, but maybe like gaps where they would have been if they hadn't been like taken out of the narrative. And he'll ask for Eve's help with this because this is like her.
So give me do we have investigation?
Could it be an education role?
Education.
Researching.
And your genre role, your horror writer.
And can I add my researcher to that as well?
Yes.
Excellent. +8. Let's make that roll. All right, 31 + 8, 39.
Okay. So in that little room where you found Nina's stuff, there is a little notebook.
Okay.
And obviously your stuff is still there.
John will be like apologizing to Nina's ghost as he picks through her things. Like, sorry. I'm not looking at anything.
But you do need the book. That's what's.
Yeah.
You find the book, and I'm going to say it falls open to the right page.
Oh, thank you, Nina.
And it talks about a group of like a military. It basically describes the Smurfs and how they are. It describes the weapons they have, and that what you already noticed about them, but it just gives you information that they take people to a prison that's like, I can't describe anything. Oh my gosh. It's like a dimensional prison type
almost
thing.
like a mirror universe type.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they have like laser weapons, and they're all futuristic and teleporting their glass tablets are kind of
What
like.
date was this description written? Because it's in a diary, right? So is there a date?
Yeah.
As well?
When
was it written?
Like 1925, 1926.
Don?
Yes.
Come take a look at this. And he'll like tap. He's like, time travel, but not through Jamie independently. From the description that Nina gives, if you just look at this section here, you see it's described very similarly to the way that Jamie's time travel looks.
And
Right.
Dawn kind of looks, especially at mention of the tablets. So do you remember? Well, I suppose it'd be kind of hard to forget. There was a lot of bullshit going on. When our doppelganger decided to try and be me.
I think you mentioned it.
Yes. Well, he decided to try and be me and did a very poor job of it. And my wife wound up dragging him out to the garden shed and tying him to a chair there, and calling the authorities. She put a camera in there and apparently hid it very, very well.
Is that
Because,
legal?
pardon?
Isn't no the hidden surveillance devices? I think the laws are different here though.
Well, it was on our own private property. It was a security camera. But we have footage of, and he kind of gestures vaguely towards Eve. What I now know to be apparently your Smurfs, with these devices just kind of appearing and disappearing and reappearing, and then vanishing with the not me.
With Pedro.
Yes. I don't suspect we would have the footage if they had spotted the camera.
So how would they have got their hands on that kind of technology though?
Well, I mean, my friend, because he took it off the boat before it disappeared from his property, still has a plasma rifle, a functioning plasma rifle, that he got off of the boat. I mean, it travels through time and space.
And just so you know, the plasma rifle does seem a lot like one of the Smurfs' plasma rifles.
Is there like a sketch or anything
Yes.
in there? And Don actually points to it and he said, we modded it a little bit, but it looked exactly like that. Like almost exactly like that. I mean, the design was very, very similar. We modified it slightly, but
So are you saying that they may have come from the same source? Or that Nikki,
possibly.
Janie had been working with them?
I won't lie. A lot of the tech in the armory seemed like it could have possibly been extraterrestrial in origin. I mean, there were some materials that okay, would it be accurate to say that there were some materials on items in that boat that would not appear on the periodic table?
Yes. Very accurate.
Yeah. So,
and you're also very accurate in the assumption that a lot of that
not
stuff
from Earth.
is Smurf stuff too.
Okay.
Not Earth and Smurf stuff.
Okay. So, yeah. I mean, some of the stuff we tossed into a mass spectrometer, and the computer basically said the equivalent of, "What the fuck is this?"
And Don, you also remember that Janie was very kind of secretive about, not secretive, but she didn't mention family or past or anything.
That's true. It was just Janie popping in and out and going on adventures and picking up boyfriends or girlfriends or whatever for a while and then disappearing again.
Yes.
And never where she was from.
Yeah.
Dawn kind of frowns a little bit. I don't recall Janie ever saying where she was from originally.
It does kind of sound like she was an alien.
Or something. I mean, there's entirely. Are you familiar? Well, I mean, entirely. Are you familiar with the multiverse theory?
Yes, of course. I write science fiction horror. Of course, I'm familiar with the multiverse theory.
Right. Well, I wonder if coming from an entirely different universe would classify someone as an alien. I don't know, but I mean, this is again this. I mean, I've held and fired a weapon that is started out looking almost exactly like this one. And I say again that some of the materials in it we put into a mass spectrometer, and the computer just said the equivalent of what the fuck is this? There are things in it that are not on the periodic table, and are not of Earth origin.
Eve, does any of this look familiar to you? You've interacted with these people before?
I think
Eve. Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
I think Eve would have definitely seen the tablets and the weapons.
Yeah, Eve, like what they've provided to her is very need to know, and not like typical need to know, like if they think she needs to know. So of course she'd like to know more, but if they don't think she needs to have that information, they won't provide very much to her. Basically, she knows what she needs to know to do her job, which is to help them cover things up. So yeah.
Nobody in your office has anything like this information. You know,
What'd
so
you
much
say?
more than- I said, nobody in your office has any of that information. You know so much more than everybody else right now.
And Dawn's here like, yeah, my friend has one of these at his house right now.
Eve looks like she wants to say something to that, but she's like, you know what? Not the time. Not the moment.
Sorry.
We'll talk about that
I'll
later.
come back to that.
Yeah.
Wait until she finds out about the missile silo.
Oh my gosh.
Granted, she probably already knows about the missile silo.
I wouldn't be surprised. But yeah, so she recognizes some of the like weapons and stuff like that.
Would you say it's been about 35 minutes, bearing in mind that there should have been a commercial break at some point?
Yes.
John will ask, like looking at his watch.
Dawn kind of leans out of the hidden room and looks toward the window to see if their CW saviors are visible.
Yeah, they're at the car talking to Castia.
Oh, great. The queer baiting is here.
So as you're peering out there, the creepy kid is sitting on one of the bookshelves.
The demon child?
Yes.
Sophie?
I'm just kind of watching you all like, yeah, Sophie.
Good morning. Afternoon. Good. Hello.
Hi.
Hello. You're supposed to be quiet in the library.
Yes, and you shouldn't be climbing on the bookshelves either. And he'll offer her a hand down.
She's just gonna jump.
Children and their working limbs.
So what are we going to have for lunch?
Hadn't really thought about it, honestly.
Where are your guardians? Aren't
You're
you
my
going to live with
guardian.
them?
You're my
No,
guardian.
I'm really not. No one in their right mind would trust me with a child.
You know, that's what Nina said. She said that she should never have children, and well, I was her kid for a while.
No, I generally mean I don't live a lifestyle that's suitable for children to interact with.
Why not?
Generally, it's very dangerous.
Are you a criminal?
No, God, no.
Do you rob banks?
No, I would never, no.
Are you a mafia?
Eve shoots a look at John that's like very jokingly like, yeah, John, are you a criminal? Like she's scrutinizing him to see if he messes up or something.
John
mafia?
genuinely looks horrified.
Are you mafia? Can we join the mafia?
John
And
just
she'll turn
like,
to Eve and be like, I would never.
John looks to
I'm-
Eve like, please
I'm a
no.
law-abiding citizen. I would.
Eve lets John flounder just a few seconds more.
This poor man. He's gone bright, like pink. He's like, no.
You're a serial killer?
What? Why would you think that? Is there something? Do I give off a vibe?
I don't know.
No, you do not. You
Do I?
don't. Not at all.
Don, you would tell me, wouldn't you? If I.
You would
seemed-
tell me if I looked like a serial killer, right? Oh my god.
Right? We're friends.
You don't give off that vibe. No, you don't give off that vibe.
Do you need an axe or a knife or something?
No, I very much don't. Very
Meanwhile,
bad with blades generally.
Dawn
Every
has
time. It's a bad time.
Dawn has 2 literal ice axes hidden under his jacket.
Okay, but you're all my family now.
Dawn's face just goes white for a second.
In that way where we are friends of your mother's, and obviously we're family friends, and you're very dear to us as the child of a friend of ours, and I do consider you as sort of like a niece, in that I don't know what to do with you, and you seem very scary. And John will sort of reach out and awkwardly pat her on the head a couple of times. But I should not be put in charge of a child of any age. Even an 18-year-old is really too much. In fact, I'm not entirely sure I should be in charge of myself. I'm not even sure if I technically am in charge of myself. Anyway, the fact of the matter is, we would love to get lunch with you, and then we should return you to whichever adults are currently making sure that you eat and bathe and school.
They're not here.
Where are they?
They're gone.
Gone where?
I don't know.
I
didn't send them anywhere this time.
You didn't send them anywhere. Well, that's good, I suppose. Well, tell you what, why don't we can go get some lunch, and I can scry for them. Would you like to see me do some scrying?
Yeah, definitely. And I swear I didn't send them anywhere. I didn't send them into the corn.
Did you?
Well, that's good.
Did you happen to see any people in hideous blue suits hanging around?
Yeah, I didn't do anything to them.
Oh,
Okay.
and Dawn
I
just
didn't
kind
do
of.
anything. It was okay. It was
Oh no! I'm not saying you did. I
No,
was just
sweetheart, you're not in trouble.
I was just asking.
What if I sent them to the cornfield?
We should probably investigate further. before any sort of corn inning happens. But it's very kind of you to offer, Sophie, and it's very mature of you to check in before you did that. And he'll pat her awkwardly again.
I kind of did it already.
Oh dear. Right. When you send people to the corn, where do they go?
I don't really know. I just sent them out there.
It might have been useful to be able to ask them some questions.
I really do think some scrying might be useful. John is going to borrow a big book of maps from the library.
Okay. Is he
yes,
actually going to get out, or does he just want to?
Yeah, he would like to check it out.
Okay, that's. Does he have his card in the book?
Yes, yes, he does. Please,
Oh,
having fun isn't hard when you have a library card.
The librarian just kind of looks at it and it smiles and gets the book, plus a few other books of town history in it.
Oh, thank you so much. I very much appreciate it. Well, should we feed the demon child, reconvene with the fictional TV characters, and do some magic?
Yes. I would say that. And he kind of glances towards Eve. I mean, unless you have anything additional, I'd say that's a plan.
There's nothing additional from Eve.
Okay.
The demon child will jump away from John and grab Eve's hand, if that's helpful.
Eve was holding this child's hand before, so she just allows her to hold her hand. Back when she thought this was just a regular child.
Well, that child really seems to like Eve.
Understandable, she's very likable. John really likes Eve too. He's not even a lost demon child. As far as you know.
By giving you two NPCs after now. But as our lovely characters, where are they going for lunch? Are they going to the diner or are they going to the bed and breakfast?
The diner?
Okay. Well, as we head to the diner, we are also going to head for break. Hi, welcome back, everybody. Our party is now at a diner with a cheerful kid with a very rare shade of red hair. Is just chatting happily with all of you. And your other NPC is Beyonce or Lily, and they are also sitting at your booth. And whatever you were going to order is already on the table from your invisible waitress.
Great. So John will be enjoying his mozzarella sticks and will be flipping through the big book of maps, trying to find like a good one of like an atlas of the whole world is where he's going to start.
It is just it's really an outdated.
That's fine.
Like it's like from the 1912 or something.
Jesus. Okay, cool. So just me looking at it like, oh, Siam. Actually, he's going to keep flipping until he gets to one of the solar system. Like,
Okay.
just like a zoom out. And then he is going to... Oh, you wanted me to do a magic engineering check, didn't you?
Yes.
25.
Okay. Okay. So you're looking through the book of maps,
Yeah.
and what are you looking for in particular?
He wants to do scrying, so he's trying to identify where someone is. So he's got like a necklace with a crystal on the end, and he's doing like the circles, and the idea is it'll go to like the direction where the person is.
Okay.
So magic. I'm doing magic again. I'm doing more magic.
Okay. So it would somehow flip back to that very first page with that terribly outdated map.
Yep. And I got a 25 on that for the scry.
Okay, and it would lead you to the the region of place where the cave was.
Azerbaijan?
Azerbaijan.
But yeah.
Well, apparently that's where the corn goes. And John will try and flip to like a bigger map of Europe and get like a more direct one, and then to like a map of that country. Like he's trying to like zoom in, basically. Do you
Yeah,
get me?
it would. Yes, it would go to that. It would zoom to the cave, the deepest cave.
Dawn was actively wondering, is it that creepy ass cave?
Yeah, it's the one that's the deepest cave that anybody's ever discovered.
Well, that's something.
So did you find them?
Yes. Yes.
Where? Where did I send them?
Just here, and he'll tap on them.
Oh, okay. Are we going there?
Probably eventually, but first we're waiting on a pair of very handsome men to tell us where the boat went. I suspect they should be here in the next few minutes.
Okay.
Are you enjoying your grilled cheese?
Yes, I am. It's the best grilled cheese I've had. Thank you very much.
Okay,
You're
good.
so kind.
Thank you. Well, let's see. And John will like flip through his bullet journal, and we'll pull out like a maze, like a little paper maze, and give it to her with like a marker, and be like, "There you are."
Okay. What's everyone else doing?
Dawn is eating one of those like Southwest burgers with like barbecue sauce and like the fried onion strings and stuff, like not the kind of thing you would expect someone that fit to be eating. He doesn't give a fuck. It's like I just want something tasty. But at this point he is wondering if they're just going to be like is there just going to be like a mountain of skeletons or something at the bottom of this cave?
No.
Just to be clear, you were looking for the Smurfs, right?
Yeah.
Okay. That's what I thought. You know what? A basket of garlic knots gets set on the table.
Oh. Thank you.
Dawn kind of points and says, might want to save a couple of those just in case.
I don't think Beyonce has hypoglycemia anymore, if she did before.
I mean, in case, any kind of mimes for a way. Come on, Deadeye. That was a good shot.
John will not really say anything. He just keeps making like he's about to talk and then not saying anything, and then what? For a while.
John.
So, Dean and Sam are approaching. You know, they clearly have a trailer behind their car with all of the parts you made.
Damn, when did you get depleted uranium? In 25 minutes.
You have to watch the episode to find out.
Honestly, if that was asked out loud, Dawn would just look up and be like, you'd be surprised.
No, that's all Eve's job is talking to the Winchesters. John is going to apply himself to his mozzarella sticks and not be worth interacting with, basically.
Dawn is going to keep an eye on things. Finish his burger and his soda.
So roll a sight for me, Dawn and Eve. Are you going to talk to your Winchesters?
You said for Dawn.
Yes, since he's keeping.
17.
Now, wait a minute here. If I'm going to be doing all the talking, y'all better save me from dying, all right? I don't want to be the bitch on the show that ends up dead at the end, all right?
Well, yeah, as you go out there, you need to roll nimbleness. And everybody inside roll it too.
Oh, God.
Oh god, I'm not good at nimbleness. I'm really not good at nimbleness. Okay.
27.
Okay.
Oh, no!
3, 4.
You got 4, John?
4.
Oh
I'm
my
a
God.
fucking amputee. I got 4 on my nimbleness.
I mean, it totaled out to us.
No, that's I don't add my bonuses and negatives. So it's 4.
Eve, what did you get?
19 for Eve.
Okay. So Dawn, you managed to see a blue kind of flash. Like this is another blue Smurf person, and you were able to get Eve out of the way.
Oh, thank God.
But
Get down, Mr. President.
but there's more laser shots coming through the window. And I'm sorry, John.
Oh, no.
Can't believe his authority figure failed him now.
It's okay. Beyonce got hit too.
The audacity.
With the demon child right there.
Well, she was coloring, and now
That's fair.
yeah. So I gotta find a damage for You know what? I'm just
A
going to make something
sniper
up.
rifle?
Yes.
Like a D10, I would think, maybe?
Okay. So
What's
me
my
roll
fucking
damage
hit
for
points?
that.
Let me have a look. So, alright, let's see.
I'm
It's
sorry.
not
I thought
good,
you get a
Chief.
4.
That's not good.
You get a 4.
4 points. Are we level 6 or level 7 right now?
We're level 8.
Level 8. Yeah, I don't update anything. Level 8. 8 times 3. Okay, so I took 4 points of damage. Just 4? That's kind of a shitty sniper rifle. Okay.
Well, no, actually, no. I'm going to make it work.
Okay.
So as the bullet, like, as you get hit, the demon child just looks a little upset. And you just see, sorry, the demon child is talking right now. But you see like, and not reverse, but like it just kind of stop and slow down, and it only causes 4 points of damage.
Okay.
And the Smurf just goes up in flames.
Jesus. Alright, John will scream and fall under the table. Because he got shot.
Anybody else?
I imagine Dawn and Eve probably heard the scream.
Yes. I fucking hope so.
John just screaming in lowercase letters, just very quiet.
He doesn't want to be impolite and interrupt other people's afternoon, you know?
Oh, I'm sorry to interrupt your day with my being
I got shot. I'm so sorry.
Let me just remove myself from the premises. Is there any more of them? Or was it just the one?
They went up in flames. There were a few, and they just all get.
Like, how many are there? Are there like a number that were surrounding us, or?
There were 4.
Oh my god!
And they went up into flames.
It's just like instantly, kind of like,
yeah.
Oh my god!
Christ. I think just to be on the safe side, Eve would unholster her gun. Just in case.
That's a good idea.
That's not promising.
Oh. So John is hiding under the table.
John is trying to do some rudimentary first aid under the table because he was shot.
The kid looks under the table and says, "You need some help?"
That's very kind of you. If you could maybe find Eve for me, that would be great.
You want a Band-Aid?
John will look down at, assumedly, the, bloody crater in his shoulder and go, I think it needs a bit more than a Band-Aid, but thank you.
I can help you. I can help with that.
I'm sure you can. It's very kind. I make a 15 medicine check to try and stop the bleeding.
Oh, you're able, yeah, you can.
Dawn has those 0-point energy field skates because he has, of course he does. He's gonna go ahead and quickly put those on. He's not gonna activate them just yet, but he's gonna put them on and pull out one of the ice axes just in case. Oh my god.
Okay,
Can you just imagine seeing your party mate get shot and be like, wait a second, let me put on my skates?
Yeah.
So you all heading to the booth now? That
it's not like it takes long. I mean, they they pretty much are automated, but he kind of looks at Eve and heads back towards the diners. Sounds like John got hit by something.
Yeah, John and Beyonce got hit.
Oh, how bad is Beyonce?
I will try and stabilize Beyonce.
I am going to say it looks really hard to destabilize her. But,
You don't want me to make a medicine check?
no, you can. It's just that they were hit badly.
I would like to make a medicine check, and can I add Mountaineer to that
22.
to help?
Okay, wow.
Oh, Jesus. Are you kidding me?
What did you get?
A 10? Are you kidding me?
So, Don, you're, as a local scientist, you're not familiar with what to do here. But it looks like John trained with Dr. Gray.
Yeah, so Don's gonna
Definitely
back
didn't,
off
but-
on that one. Don's gonna back off on that one. Seems like John has it handled.
And, like, you can see John, like, getting strips of cloth and hot water just, like, appears out of nowhere. And
Because it's from like a fucking TV show. Does John have to rip his shirt for bandages for
Yes.
no reason whatsoever? Yeah, of course it does.
yes,
He's not touching the hoodie, but you know, he'll rip up his shirt.
he just manages to find a piece of clothing to rip. And you got the little creepy kid just kind of staring at you. It's like, well, I was just going to bring her back, but I guess now I don't have to because you basically saved Beyonce's life,
Yay.
and you're still injured too. Like you have this
Yeah, I'm in a lot
injury.
of pain. I'm in a lot of pain.
At hearing that, Demon Child could just bring her back, Dawn very cautiously looks to Sophie and is like, are just out of curiosity, you're saying you could like fix an injury?
Yes.
How?
I don't know. And then you look at her hand and it like just flames that shoot up. I just make it happen.
Can I gut feeling on whether that would like be awful in the process?
Yes.
19.
It probably will be painful, but it seems legit.
Okay. So unpleasant, but it would actually do the thing. Oh. Dawn kind of looks at John. I think she might actually be able to, and he kind of gestures to where John was shot. I think she might actually be able to fix that. I don't think it would be pleasant in the moment, but I mean, you wouldn't be injured anymore.
Well, John will grit out. Many things in life are deeply unpleasant, but I must admit I would like to not have another scar. Sophie, dear, if you wouldn't mind helping, I would very much appreciate it. Thank you.
Just going to touch John's shoulder, and it's going to hurt like the fires of hell,
Yeah, John screams.
but it'll heal up perfectly.
Yeah, Dawn actually winces because he figured unpleasant, but not like bad. Oh yeah, just put some bear mace on it.
Yeah. Well, the other thing you have to understand is that while John has very high pain tolerance, he has absolutely no shame in screaming or whimpering or being like obviously afraid or scared or in pain. So
You want me to heal her too?
yes, please. Thank you, Sophie.
So yeah, she'll
And John will reach over and just cover Beyonce's mouth.
Yeah, because there's gonna be a lot
Don
of
hesitates, but he reaches out and holds Beyonce's hand, knowing that he's probably gonna feel like his hand is getting broken in a second.
Yeah, because I think because Beyonce would have screamed and thrown a punch. So yeah, you effectively stop those throwing a punch and stifle the scream.
Oh my god.
And then the kid just happily hops back up and starts.
Like, Mostly he was trying to comfort her, but if it also stopped her from punching somebody, that's good too.
Yeah, the kid is happily coloring again now.
Oh my god.
Kids are resilient.
Oh my god.
Yeah, the demon child can kill you with the powers of hell, with the hellfire or whatever.
Well, John is just gonna sit on the floor for a bit, recovering from his gunshot wound. So, you guys go ahead.
Yeah, Dawn kind of looks back to Eve just to make sure, because at this point he's worried that like a Smurf could be lurking behind any of them at any moment at this point.
I think Eve probably would have taken her gun and done a sweep. She knows, obviously, she saw that there were multiple on fire, but just to be sure, once she sees that Dawn and John kind of have their shit in, underhand, she's just gonna do a sweep to make sure that there's nobody lurking in a shadow around a corner somewhere.
You want to roll a sight,
Sure.
and you can add your career because that's a job thing.
What?
Don't you have like a career bonus?
I do, yeah, as
You can add
my
that.
profession. Okay, cool. Oh my god. So I rolled a 9, so it's a 16.
Really?
Yeah, I don't
It could
know
be worse. It could be worse. That's not bad.
why roll 20 just hates me.
Oh my gosh! So no, you
I'm gonna
don't
have to buy a physical set of Eve dice just for this.
You don't see anybody. I'm sorry.
Okay, well, if she doesn't see anybody, she's gonna come back to them, and
Right. Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, come back to the group and see how everybody's doing. She holsters the gun again. Well, no, she doesn't, because it's still choppy out here. So
Still dangerous.
Yeah.
Dawn does nod and quietly thanks Sophie now that he's successfully stopped Beyonce from punching somebody. Although he's still got his eyes open for the fucking Smurfs.
Is he going to do a sight?
So, yes. Are you? Roll 28's me too. Apparently, I've got nimbleness down, but sight,
It's the glasses. They're covered in blood right now.
What did you get?
A 10.
Oh my goodness!
I'm telling
Can
you,
John make
today-
a sight too?
So you don't see anybody. Just the happy kid asking you for ice cream.
Yeah, can Sean make a sight roll?
Can I make a sight roll?
Yeah.
Want to be a crit fit.
16.
No, nobody.
We're all screwed.
Oh my gosh! Let me.
That's a good roll for me. That's a 13.
It is. It's a great role for you.
It's just that John only does like 3 things.
Let me see if the NPC can save you.
Oh no.
I just pulled up Ben's character sheet and he has an 8 in sight.
Oh my gosh! Wow. That's a 4.
All right, new characters, everyone. Everyone, new characters.
Apparently so.
So I'm going to say nimbleness again, please. I'm sorry.
Oh my god.
This is
do
the
I-
worst.
Nikki, do I have disadvantage because I'm currently lying on the
Yes.
ground? Okay, good.
Oh, that's terrible for me. Are you kidding?
No!
Critical fail.
What, really?
Yes.
Oh my God.
13! That's terrible for me.
What is happening?
Critical fail, which makes it a 4, minus 3, it makes it a 1 again.
So John got a critical fail.
Yep.
I got
Boom,
a
headshot.
13.
Oh my gosh.
I think you guys just saw me get JFK'd.
No.
What did you get, Eve?
I'm gonna just throw a Hail Mary here because I'm desperate. Do you think that as an FBI agent, Eve would go through tactical training? Do you think I could add my DNAJ bonus?
I think that's
Yeah.
like required,
Yeah.
actually, to be
Yeah.
a field agent of any kind.
Yeah. Okay, so there you go. Sometimes the Hail Marys work. So that would be a 23.
Thank
Okay.
God.
Eve, you're able to get out of the way, but another round of fire comes in and it hits everybody
Oh my god!
except for Eve. John,
Yeah.
somehow you're not hurt.
I got a nat 1.
Yes.
It's
Yeah, you did.
okay.
No, you didn't get hurt at
Is
all.
it because they hit my spine, so I can't
No.
feel it?
No, it's really weird. It hit you,
Okay.
but you're fine.
Um.
But everybody else rolled damage except for Eve.
Okay, so that'd be against range. So that'd be dodge. Oh my god. So 13 versus ranged.
Okay. You know what? You're fine too.
I'm always confused on defense because it gives me a number and then it says versus something. I'm like, which number? is
Oh, I know how this works. I read the rules. So essentially, at the beginning of a combat round, everyone announces what type of defense they're using.
Oh,
And if they get attacked by the type of weapon that is where it says versus X, you get a bonus to what you rolled. So if at the beginning of the round you said, like, I'm going to dodge whatever comes at me this round, and then you were attacked by a ranged weapon, you would get to add 5 to your roll that you rolled for your defense. But if you're attacked by melee, then it would just be the straight roll.
Okay, so we're taking the 8 or the 13 then? Just the 8?
you can take the 8.
Alright.
Because I don't want to kill you all.
But you have to roll damage though, Nikki. Roll a d10.
Yeah, I think what happened there, is that the defense, the nimbleness took the place of the defense roll. So we did, like, the party didn't move out of the way fast enough rather than
Yeah.
rolling for defense.
Yeah.
So you would just roll damage.
So just roll a d10 and take some hit points.
Roll a d10. 5.
Okay.
Could be worse.
But you
Where
saw
did I get hit?
for John's head and it on his spine.
Oh God, are you kidding me?
What?
10 points damage?
I got a 5. Oh, so I got hit in the spine? Jesus. That's an ow.
We're doing great, guys. Don't worry
Yeah.
about it. I'm not concerned.
So you see flames surround you all, and you see the Smurf sniper go up into flames, and the kids staring at them.
might suggest, John will say very faintly, perhaps it's time for us to relocate again?
They hurt you all. We want to burn them for you.
That's illegal. Don't do that.
Well, do we want me to send them into the cornfield again?
No, don't send them into the corn. And he'll look at Eve anxiously, hoping that she will know what to do.
Okay, so did you say we're surrounded by like a wall of like a protective wall, is it?
Yeah, basically the kid is invoking hell powers.
Oh, good.
Okay,
Love
if
to-
I got-
love to see it.
If I got hit in the spine, how deep? Like, am I on the floor?
Yeah, you're on the floor.
Welcome to the floor.
Welcome to the floor.
You just got to get her to stop like setting random things on fire for a moment.
Are we talking like now I can't feel anything below
No,
there?
Still
Oh,
feel-
good. Well, that's good at least.
Better than the alternative.
Oh, yes. That's that would be much less than ideal.
But yeah, surprisingly, John is fine, even though it was a headshot
Yeah.
that hit.
Yeah.
So
I do not want to look at myself in a mirror through those sunglasses.
God.
Sophie's been talking about sending people to the corn.
Yes.
Can Sophie send people other places, or does she only know the corn?
You could ask her.
Sophie, do you only send people to the corn, or do you know how to send people other places?
Yeah, where do you want to go?
Lovely. Well, preferably somewhere we're not going to get shot at.
Okay. Want me to heal your friends again? Your friend?
Don screamed when he got hit, but after he hit the floor, like he is surprisingly like he does seem to have a remarkably high pain tolerance. Like he's obviously hurting pretty badly, but
The two amputees have a surprisingly high pain tolerance.
This is horrible. Where I don't want Eve to like bend down by both of them and be like, where would you guys like to go? Seems a little insensitive. Well, the only other place that Eve has been to is the B&B, but they specifically left there for the same reason.
John, because he is still in quite a bit of pain and very confused and very sad, will just say, I want to go home.
Okay. And you're at John's house, all of you, like suddenly.
does this mean we get to meet Mark?
It does mean you get to meet Mark.
Oh, God.
But so you have a John that's still healing up from getting shot by
Oh no, my hoodie's ruined.
Like a laser
No, your hoodie
sniper.
is fine.
I got shot.
Yes, but it's fine. It's perfect.
Time.
This is gonna come back to bite y'all in the ass later. I can feel it in my bones.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
So John, you're in absolutely perfect condition.
Okay. John, streaked with blood, will limp up to the front door, like
Oh, there's no more
pat
blood.
down
John,
his shirt, looking for his keys.
It's perfect except for the rips from bandaging up Beyonce. Everything is perfect.
Okay.
Even the rips are like strategic and looks
Oh jeez. Strategic rips.
it's really good.
So I assume we're in like the hallway outside his flat.
Yes.
He will
And
limp up to the door, like do the like looking for keys pat down, cannot find his keys, just reaches up on top of the door, which is barely a reach for him, takes down a key and opens the door and puts the key back up there.
Sophie
Jonathan
will run
Mirror,
inside. And,
so
like,
bad at life.
Does he have a couch? Because Sophie will run aside and start jumping on the couch.
As I say, Don is probably still lying on the floor and has to drag himself back up to his feet.
Eve will give Don a hand up.
You just have to
Tom would
ask
offer, but he would just come down with you, let's be honest.
I'm just gonna say Beyonce drags herself along.
You know, for somebody who is potentially going to absolutely die, Eve is magnificently unscathed right now, and I'm knock on wood, but she's.
Unfortunately, she's just proved to John that she is incredibly good in a crisis situation. So
Yeah.
he's just like, I knew I was right to trust her. Yeah, John's apartment is like a big loft type apartment. Think like if you guys have seen Moon Knight, the main character's apartment in that, where it's just like a big open space with a shit ton of bookshelves.
Sophie's gonna say, I don't have a room. Where's my room?
Don
John is
kind
too
of
busy falling face first onto the couch. He doesn't
Don
respond.
kind of finds somewhere to sit, and he like actively braces himself because he saw what this was like.
Oh, you want me to heal you? Do you want me to heal you?
Yeah, yes, please, if you wouldn't
Okay.
mind.
She like skips over and does the whole painful hellfire healing.
And Don like grits his teeth and only just barely manages to not full on scream.
John will hold Don's hand.
Oh, you can tell he's holding back from not like practically breaking John's hand.
Leave his poor delicate hands alone. My poor delicate boy. He's like a fucking seahorse, you know? It's like he's just very breakable.
No. Oh.
Eve stands in the middle of the space, and she like runs her hands through her hair, very, very like frustratedly, and she just her tone is very, very low, and she just stands there, puts her hands on her hips, and goes, "What the fuck?"
Well, I thought that he wanted to go home.
Oh no, sweet, not you. No, not you. This is good. Thank you very much. That's actually exactly what we wanted.
Okay.
Yeah, we just needed to get out of there. So that's fantastic. Thank you very much.
Do you have any ice cream, John?
I'm not sure, so if you check the freezer. Probably. Mark likes ice cream. There's probably ice cream.
Dawn actually does kind of quickly look Eve over to make sure she didn't get shot, because after all the chaos.
Yeah, there was a lot of shooting. A lot of people who got shot and injured. Basically, almost all of you. Except for Eve.
Eve literally the only
And John is perfect right now.
I mean, he got
I
shot
don't like
and healed.
the number of times you say that, Nikki. I don't feel like John is all right at all.
No, neither do I.
No, it's fine. We're at home. We're at home. Nothing bad can happen, right? We're fine.
What?
It's all good.
Everything's fine.
Everything's fine.
Sophie does
I'm
still
sorry,
die
I
that
should.
not going to die.
John will get up, like, incredibly exhausted and go put the kettle on because he's just realized that he let people into his house and didn't immediately make them tea.
Oh, it's okay, John. You're not going to die.
Good. Thank you, Sophie. That's very kind of you, dear. Did you find the ice cream?
Yes, I did. Thank you. You have a very nice freezer.
Oh, well, it's technically Mark's freezer, but thank you.
Where's Mark? Can I meet Mark? Since I wasn't staying here.
What time is it? Sophie, you're not going to stay here. What time is it?
It is 3:45.
He'll still be at work for a bit longer.
We can go meet him at work, and you can tell him I'm going to stay here.
But Sophie, if you stayed here, then you would have to live in England.
Okay.
Oh no, the weather's terrible. People, mostly terrible. I think that you'd be much happier with Nina and Janie, wouldn't you?
But they're not there.
Not right now, but we'll find them, right? And John will shoot Don and Eve a hopeful look.
Yeah, Don doesn't even look up. He is still quietly recovering from the feeling of actual hellfire.
Walk it off. Don't be a bitch.
Well, I'm going to eat my ice cream, and then I'm going to go heal Beyonce again. Unless, yeah, I'll go heal her.
That's
And then
very
we can go to
appreciated.
the park, and we can go to. Do you have McDonald's here?
No.
Oh. Okay, well, we can go to your favorite place, and then you can read me a story.
Damn it, I thought that might work.
I'm sitting here quietly like, you lie.
Yeah, no, McDonald's exists in England. But he was just
I know it
hoping that
does.
she would be like, I can't live here, there's no McDonald's.
And she skips off towards Beyonce.
Like, just to be clear, this is like a studio apartment. There is not, like, even bedrooms. The
Yeah,
only
there's
door
not.
is going to a bathroom.
Well, she said that she didn't have a room there. So-
Yeah. Like, it's very clearly not set up for lots of people to live here. Like, you can tell that someone sleeps on the couch a lot because there's just, like, a pillow there and, like, a blanket over the back of the couch.
Yeah, this kid is being completely unrealistic right now.
Yeah. In fact, there are very few signs that John lives here at all. Like, this does not look like John's apartment.
So what are the rest of you doing?
I'm sorry, I had to throw some treats across the room to make my cat stop making noise.
Well, I guess John eventually comes back with tea for everyone. And a small bottle of brandy.
Dawn gives the bottle of brandy a serious look, but politely turns it down. He will take a considerable amount of sugar for the tea if it's offered.
Yeah. Oh yeah, of course. There's tea, there's milk, there are biscuits. Cookies. Fucking Americans.
I know what you meant, and
Thank
Dawn
you.
would know what he meant.
Yeah, John will he will just sit down and sort of stare into the middle distance and hold his tea. Like, he got shot and healed. And then shot again, but maybe not.
He was definitely shot again.
Yeah, definitely just Gimlet, 10 miles there. We just sit in silence and you can just kind of hear the traffic outside.
Yeah, he should be dead right now.
I
Oh,
really
the
just
other
love
thing-
the thought of everybody just standing there in silence for like a solid 5 minutes.
Yeah.
You know what? I interrupted. Sophie
When-
healing Beyonce, and she'll scream because it's really terrible.
When John realizes like he should be dead right now, he sighs and walks over to like one of the like posts has chalkboard paint on it, and there are like chalk pieces hanging off it, and he takes it and draws like a tally onto a really big tally board.
I was gonna say, it has been X number of days since I have last died.
That's also what I thought.
It's not quite so obvious, but there is a tally count. It's unlabeled, but John marks it.
Dawn kind of looks up when he hears the chalk and kind of squints at it a little bit and then shakes his head. like, oh, you fucking.
Just looking at it, there are at least 40 tallies on that tally
Oh
board.
my god.
Sorry, I'm typing something to you, Ray.
Oh god.
So we all just sit in silence, drink our tea. John pours another round of tea. We sit there, sit in silence, drink our tea.
Dawn just mumbles something about wanting a decent fucking night's sleep.
You want a story?
You know, I appreciate it. But maybe later. He looks absolutely miserable.
Really getting into the English mood. Yeah, I don't know. Do we just sit here for 45 minutes until my flatmate gets back in complete silence? Is that what we do?
That is definitely an option. Is Eve able to call back to her office?
Yep. She is.
Okay. Eve's gonna call back to her office and see if somebody can dredge up any information on any activity on the Smurfs, like if they said that they were going to be in or around Madison. Like any information at all that she can potentially get her hands on of any movement or anything like that.
They were going to arrest some people, and they probably got assistance, tried to get like assistance to find out where they were. But that was all.
Ah, yes, the shoot first, arrest later philosophy. Very American. Yeah, okay. They didn't give any, like, any further details on who they were going after, or?
One of the people they were going after was Lily/Beyonce. And they didn't say the other person's name, just that it was in some small, tiny town in one of the southern states.
Okay.
Is that all right, Nikki?
Yes.
I thought it might be useful considering our current setting.
Is them talking over the phone? Can I roll a hearing check?
Yes.
22.
Yes.
Don kind of narrows his eyes, and says, "Would that happen to be Grape Creek?"
Yes.
Because Don doesn't live in Grape Creek, but Ben does. So he just kind of narrows his eyes and is very, very glad that he texted Ben, let him know what the fuck was going on. But he just kind of looks at Eve, like glances at the phone and looks at Eve like this is sus as shit, and he knows something.
Eve doesn't obviously make any comment on Don's look. until she's off the phone. So she kind of just gets as much information as she's able, and then hangs up. And then she looks to Dawn expectantly.
Well, I would assume that you at least have you have access to all of the files that have been collected on people, correct?
That would be correct.
Ben lives in Grape Creek. Well, outside of Grape Creek.
Grape Creek?
Grape Creek, Texas.
Oh. So is he about to get a visit from a squad of time-traveling secret agents with sniper rifles?
I suspect they might have a significantly less... Well, I'll say he might have some unpleasant surprises for them.
Right.
Which he does not elaborate on.
We got shot. I mean, I've dealt with monsters and ghosts, and I've never just been shot by a person before. I must admit, I'm rather at odds with myself. I don't. What do we do?
I don't know.
John will look at Eve.
I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that Eve was not privy to any plans for movement before she left to go investigate Madison. So she's kind of surprised as well. I mean, namely also surprised that the office even had any information on this, because the Smurfs are bastards and they don't like to give up their information willingly. I don't know what options are available to us, I guess. I'm not quite sure.
Well, theoretically, I suppose we could try and look into that business in Azerbaijan. There's still everything with the boat. Whatever is going to happen in 3 days with the ritual circle, whatever the cult that these Smurfs have invested themselves in, and whatever power is behind them. I mean, theoretically, we know it's a demon, but oh, I have access to all of my books! And John will pop up and head over to one of the bookshelves and begin looking for a particular book.
Since Dawn told Ben about the whole Smurfs thing, there is zero chance that Ben would not have started trying to dig into that. If he got a hold of Ben, is there any chance Ben would have been able to dig anything up?
Yes.
Ooh. Goody goody gumdrops.
John, your phone is beeping as you're getting text messages.
John throws his phone on the couch and doesn't even look at it. He's busy looking for a book. Just for funsies, I reckon it lands screen up so like both Eve and Don can see whatever texts are coming through.
Yeah, you don't even have to roll for that. It's just it's Mark texting. Because I'm sure that there's like a location thing.
He's got John on one of those like family plans where you can track where your kids' phones are.
Like that circle app. Yeah, Dawn's gonna, that 360 app, Dawn's gonna text Ben, and I'm sure whatever information Ben has, he's gonna send in code so it sounds like completely innocuous because Ben is paranoid as fuck. But Dawn will probably be able to parse exactly what it means.
Yeah, it's probably gonna be like yeah, I didn't catch that thing on Netflix because my signal dropped or something like that. And what was exactly you trying to get from Ben?
Oh, just anything he could dig up on the Smurfs, because he would have told him that he is a target. That, like, it is confirmed. He would have told him about the DNHA, and about the Smurfs and the activity in the garden shed, the teleporting back and forth, and he would have let him know that it seems to be similar to how the boat behaved as far as like jumping around.
Okay. So, he would have a lot of information, actually.
Oh, thank you, Ben. You can be an asshole, but you're so intelligent.
I'm gonna text you. I'll text you. Oh my gosh. I'll send you a message.
Bless.
But you do.
John has meanwhile got like 4 books out on the counter that all look like fucking shit out of Buffy, where it's like bound in like a black leather with like a golden cross on it. It's like nailed shut and like shit like that.
And I'm gonna.
Oh, go ahead.
No, you go ahead first.
I was gonna say, meanwhile, Dawn is getting like a battery of texts that look and sound like completely casual, innocuous conversation.
If Eve doesn't seem busy, then John will try and like rope her in to help him with consulting these texts.
Better than sitting around wondering if she should cop some of that alcohol to dump into her teacup. So yeah, she'll go help.
Dawn does mutter something about, if he wasn't already dealing with enough bullshit, Ben's place might be the safest place he could possibly be.
Yeah,
But
I'm thinking if I
he's
roll an
not-
education and V rolls a gut feeling, maybe?
Yes.
You want a what from me? Sorry.
Gut feeling, I figure?
Yeah. Feeling.
Because you don't really know the books.
All right, that's a
Ooh.
30.
Mine is also 30 once I have my bonuses.
Meanwhile, Ben and Dawn have the nerds equivalent of thieves can't.
I
The
love
paranoid
that,
nerd.
That's what was spelled correctly.
I'm not kidding. I actually almost feel a little bad for anybody who tries to infiltrate Ben's property.
though. What I love is that Ben comes across as like, what if a right-wing conspiracy theorist gun nut prepper had become really left-wing, but still did it like in the way that right-wing conspiracy theorist gun nuts do things?
I mean, that's what he was raised by, so that's basically what happened. That's basically what actually happened. Like he and Dawn were roommates at Texas A&M, and Ben was that obnoxious STEM lord because he was still pretty young, and because not all heroes wear capes. It took less than 1 semester for Dawn to whip the obnoxious STEM lord out of him.
Nice.
Oh my god, they were roommates.
Yes.
Roommates.
Yeah, and Jeannie was always hanging out with them.
Yep. Yeah,
very-
Dawn was like, "Look, we are friends, and I respect your intelligence. So I feel like it is my duty to inform you that most of the guys and literally all of the women in engineering club fucking hate you." And
Well,
then was like,
first,
"Oh." But he was like 16.
Giving you a lot of information, sorry. And I was going to have Mark walk in. Just kind of looking at, just walks in and he just tells all of you to get out.
And Dawn is done being polite, just looks up. No. Oh, no. We have a repeat, and he just looks up. Make me.
John sadly closes the book. It's like, but I mean,
You have been missing for several months. We just got home. Could you please have, and he just looks at all of you, them leave.
okay, but let me explain.
Are you
Are
injured?
I was, but I'm okay now. And I think that's the part we should really focus on, is the fact that I'm not injured anymore. That's the part I would really like you to drill down on, is that I'm fine. And
He's just rushing off to get some kind of first aid kit or something.
no, I'm fine. Mark, that's the part we should focus on, is that I'm fine. These are my new friends that I've made. I made friends. This
very
is
nice,
this
but
is Dawn,
We need to
and this
make
is
sure.
Eve, and this is
You know what
Beyonce,
happened- You know what happened?
and this
last
is the Antichrist. Her name is Sophie.
time? And Sophie just rushes in to hug Mark, and he just kind of looks
Oh
at
no,
this.
we're English. We don't do that.
Could you have your friends leave, please? We need to make sure you're all right. You know what happened that last time.
Okay, but this isn't like last time. This time,
That's what you said before.
well, to be fair, it was very similar to the time before that. They're always different, Mark. They're always different. But this time specifically, I am trying to stop the apocalypse. Don works at NASA, and Eve is a government agent. So really, what we're doing is sanctioned, basically, right? Right.
Well,
yes.
then this child will be fine with them as they leave, and I can check and make sure you're okay. I'm really concerned.
No, and I understand that. And that's why I sent you that text, letting you know that I was fine.
Is that granulated sugar?
Yes?
I don't think you're okay.
No, I'm fine. Guys, aren't I fine? And John will look to the pair of you for...
Eve does that thing again where it's like the mixture of the nod and the head shake notes. It's just like a mess. It's like, yes. Everything's fine.
Mark does not look like he trusts any of you.
Why don't you and I go... We could go to the bathroom and you can use the first aid. Look, you can borrow the glasses. You can... Look, have a look at them. They're both completely normal. You can look through the glasses, Mark. Look through the glasses. And he'll like pass over his shitty airport lounge sunglasses.
He's going to look
Also,
over.
I am being haunted, but that's fine. So don't pay any attention to the undead waitress, okay? Well, this has been very productive. I think this has been a good chat. And he'll like pat Mark on the shoulder and be like, anyway, so are we going to Azerbaijan? Like he just turns around to the party.
Dawn is like furiously copying, like furiously writing in that little notepad, like the text he's from something from the text he is getting. And as soon as he is done, he like closes out the text. And then he opens something up and he kind of holds his phone up to Mark, and it is an unofficial like NASA.gov page, and it is his employee profile with a picture and everything. He's like, yeah, I work in NASA. He sounds very tired, but it is NASA.gov.
I mean, that is less of a flex over here, Don, but
like so he's it's not just some random ass person, and it wasn't a lie.
Look, you have a little while and you need to leave because I need to get John to work tomorrow.
I don't think. I mean,
There's our slightly higher priority thing, you know, into the
Yes, I understand.
into the world and all.
But you're now not the best. This is not the best place or time for this right now.
for the
Really?
apocalypse?
What? Dawn puts on the glasses and looks at Mark.
It's just a regular guy.
Because that. Okay, he takes the glasses off and looks at Mark, but kind of squints. Like, what the fuck is your problem?
He just wants John to
You
get
could probably
some
make
rest.
an empathy check, like see if
Yeah,
you can read him, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I can try. 15. Are you kidding me?
You know, it's easy enough to read him. He just wants John to get some rest and to.
That's fair.
He just-
Everybody's tired. Well,
doesn't-
I know Dawn and John are tired. I'm sure Eve probably is too.
I mean, you're all in here. You know, John's been missing for a long time, and you're all a bunch of strange people.
Covered in blood,
Yes,
sitting in
and,
his living room.
and he's really worried about John. He's not. Doesn't. You're not just concerned. That's why he's trying to get rid of you. And
Well,
the strange child that seems to insist on staying there with them is kind of creeping him out.
Dawn kind of looks up. I did get a considerable amount of information.
Oh,
It is absolutely imperative that we get that boat functioning.
why?
It is the only place, maybe, that is safe from them.
Them, the Smurfs, or
Yes.
all right. So does that mean we need to go back to Madison? That's where all the
No, you're
construction
not-
materials and such were.
I need you to stay home at least for one night, John.
No, it's fine. It's fine. I'll probably end up getting sucked back there in some sort of mysterious vortex anyway. So
So the way time has been working, even if we stayed a night here, it'd be like half an hour in Madison, wouldn't it? Unless things are all
Nikki?
But
Oh,
yeah,
no.
I would. Sorry.
yeah.
Sorry, my brain went into another dimension for a second.
Oh, I feel that. That's a regular occurrence here.
But okay, so say if I did stay overnight, I'm sure we could put them up for an evening, Mark.
There's
I mean,
no
we have
place to be
sleeping
asleep.
bags. We have sleeping bags.
There's no
And there's
place.
plenty of floor space.
You would put guests on the floor.
Mark.
I have
Mark.
slept in less comfortable places. I could sleep
Mark
on the
is like
floor.
using one of those things to check John's temperature because he's suggesting guests sleep on the floor.
John is now giving like big puppy dog eyes, like, don't kick my friends out.
He's gonna sigh and go off to get blankets.
Yes.
Blanket
John
fort.
will literally do like a little like, yes.
You were out of character. You realize this means we need to make a pillow fort, right?
Absolutely, it does.
Beyonce's gonna look at you, John, and it's like, did you say undead waitress?
Yes. Nina is haunting me.
And we have
I say it now, but you'll probably figure it out when we wake up in the morning. In the morning, the mirror says "bitch" or something on it. I assume. Oh my god, I can take a real shower.
Dawn kind of glances to Eve. Out of curiosity, have you been led to believe at all that these Smurfs are kind of like a smaller, like special forces, like task force, small team kind of thing?
Well, essentially, I suppose we don't have a lot of details. We just kind of work based off, like I said, these guys are bastards. They don't really tell us anything. We work based on the information that they give us, and we use the resources that we have to, I don't want to say cover things up, but make it so that things can work a little more smoothly.
So, according to the information I have received, they don't do cover up. They do burn it all down. That's how they cover things up. They just don't leave anything behind. It's scorched earth. It's
so Eve kind of gets this look on her face that is momentarily very hot-tempered, but it kind of disappears quickly because she's not the type of person to to get super angry and lash out or anything. But to kind of it's dawning on her and becoming very clear now that they have set it up in a way that essentially makes the whole process look cleaner to the government than it actually is. So, her department is supposed to work in a way that they provide government resources in order to help these situations kind of sort out in a way that benefits everybody. So now, if that's just kind of like the perfect little bubble that they've been presented,
yes.
so that she feels, or the team feels, that they're doing something within the realm of the government and the way the rules are supposed to be followed. Clearly that's not the case anymore. So that kind of like sparks a little bit of tension in her for just a moment before she relaxes out, and she just nods and she says, I can't say I'm entirely surprised.
I mentioned a multiverse theory earlier. Apparently, I was worried about getting hauled off to a black site. Apparently, I should have been worried about getting hauled off to an interdimensional super jail. Although I think it's been made very clear that they would rather have us all dead. Apparently, they have managed to just sort of make off with Janie a couple of times, but Janie just sort of disappears sometimes, and apparently she can just disappear from their interdimensional jail. I'm sure that makes them very unhappy. But apparently, yeah, there's some kind of protection against them in the boat. It's built into the plans. If we could find her, I mean, she seemed to be working on a way to stop them. Oh my.
Well, couldn't you? You said they're in the plans. Couldn't you do it? Aren't you super smart government scientist, doctor guy?
I mean, I don't. Well, I don't have a complete copy of the plans with me.
I'm just wondering if perhaps we can use the same solution we did earlier. There are how many television and movie characters running around that town? And how many times does a television character look down for 20 minutes and then provide something that a props department spent 6 months and multiple professionals creating?
I could actually
find the right people. Surely we could utilize that to our advantage.
I mean, I could have the plans sent to me in multiple pieces and extremely heavily encrypted, but I'm not sure even that would be enough. If they have tapped my phone, which I have very little doubt that they've tapped my phone. So.
Well, you said you had an incomplete version of the plans. Could you just get them to send you what you're missing?
Well, yes.
And
yes.
Wouldn't that mean that there would then be enough missing that whoever tapped your phone wouldn't be able to do anything with those plans?
Well, yes, and believe me, when I say encrypted, I mean scrambled beyond being anything remotely intelligible. If you didn't know how to put it back together, so to speak. So yes, I'll go ahead, and he goes ahead and texts Ben for what little is left.
Okay. So, Eve, Sophie walks up to you, and she just casually says, "You know, lilies are a funeral flower."
She says lilies are a funeral flower?
Yeah.
Eve is very confused at the random game of...
Well, Beyonce, she looks over at Beyonce, Lily. It's like, so you're probably going to die because you have, you know, Lily and a ghost Lily, so you have lilies around.
I'd say that's a little bit of a jump. Just because we have somebody with a name that is like a flower doesn't mean death. But I mean, we are actively trying to work towards the outcome where nobody ends up dying. So I guess, yes, it's prudent for us to be aware of it.
Well, you don't have to die. You know, if I stay with you, I won't let you die.
And I very much appreciate that because I would like to not die.
So can I stay with you?
I mean, we're all together now, aren't we?
Yes, but can I live with you?
Oh, I don't think you want to live with me, but we can all stay together for now.
Okay, I'd like my own room because I wouldn't have a room here.
Well, I mean,
Oops, you're a mom now.
Eve just kind of gives her a little smile, and she's like, "Why don't we put a pin in it, and we can come back to this conversation? But right now, I think we have to figure out what we want to do going forward. But we can talk about it later."
Today I cocked up my
Okay, so you don't have to pick out your dress just yet.
Don't have to take out what?
Your dress for your coffin.
Oh, that's good. You know, Sophie, I've never really given much thought to what I might wear in my coffin. So
The last thing you're ever going to wear.
that's lovely. That's great. I mean, you're not incorrect, but I think maybe we should focus on the task at hand.
Okay, but okay. What's your
Thank
favorite
you,
color? Your favorite color?
My favorite color?
Yes.
That's a good question. I like the color yellow.
Okay, it'll be yellow.
Oh, thank you. Lovely. Eve just kind of gives Sophie's shoulder a little pat, and she's like, "Okay, let's go see what everybody else is up to."
So off that education roll, could I get anything more about the demon that the Smurfs work for?
This is after talking to Don.
Yeah, like all of the stuff that was going on while Don was doing his texts and stuff when Eve and John were looking in the books.
Well, so you would not have figured anything out by just looking at the books, but after you talked to Don, you would realize, and just the pieces will fall into place, that it is just the demon is just like a symbol name that nobody really knows how to pronounce, that is from the that seems to be from that general area that I keep pointing you all to.
So the artist formerly known as Prince. No. No.
But yeah, it's all leading you there.
Oh, great.
There's some kind of ancient, interdimensional, spooky stuff going on. Cave full of skeletons.
All right. Okay, so John will say, I think that we need to organize the boat first, and then a trip to Azerbaijan.
Correct. Most of the plans are on a very ruggedized laptop back at the B&B, and what is left of the plans, and Don pulls a little SD card out of his phone and puts it in a case and slips it into his pocket. I am not decrypting this until I put it in that laptop, because he does not want to risk again the fucking Smurfs tapping his phone and getting a hold of that. And besides, kind of useless anyway until it's with the rest of the plans.
All right, so we'll sleep here tonight, head back to Madison in the morning? Is that the plan?
Yeah, I mean, we have to get all those parts too. Thank the Winchesters.
Were you doing my accent?
No, not intentionally. Was I? I'm very tired.
A bit. Yes, let's... as Mark said, we don't have a lot of space, but we do have air mattresses, and we do have sleeping bags.
As I said, I have slept in far more uncomfortable places. That's perfectly fine, thank you.
You should all sleep now. That's what Sophie's saying. You should all go to sleep right now. Good night.
Nice.
Sleep well.
I just have this really vivid mental image of like all of us sitting in a blanket fort, but just staring like Vietnam vets into the middle distance.
Oh god.
Like gently
Yeah,
draped
basically.
in duvets. Cups of hot tea. Like,
And as you all start to like rest and the camera pans out, you can see Sophie just doing little sketches, and she's like drawing lots of you all as like bodies with flowers all
this
around.
child's so fucking creepy.
Oh, god.
I hate that. Even her yellow funeral dress, like what is going on here?
And she has like drawn like 3 Beyonce ghosts.
If Dawn hadn't been busy like writing and texting when Sophie had asked her favorite color, Dawn was going to look up and mouth the words, "Don't answer that."
Yeah, the picture Eve is in a yellow funeral dress.
Oh,
Great.
great. I love that, actually.
I think though John's the only one that's not dead.
Yay!
Of course.
Yay! John is gonna go wash up in a bathroom that's actually configured for his disability and get changed into his own fucking clothes and etc.
Okay. And so we're going to end it with everybody going to sleep in the, John finally getting to put on his own clothes. And the kid drawing this nice creepy picture of the party being dead, except for John.
Love it. Love it. Is it like fucking Sophie and John holding hands surrounded by corpses?
Yes.
Great. Love that. Love that for me.
Smiles on their faces.
Oh,
Just the words "happy family" at the top.
Oh my
horrific.
god.
Every word makes it worse.
All the
Everything you
bodies
say
have
makes
like
it
little
worse.
X's for eyes.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Classic child drawing.
Yeah, and all the Beyonce ghosts are used as like funeral flowers.
God.
Sorry to everybody else. So that's wrapping up, and I need to do outros. Let's go in reverse order. That means we start with Emily.
Oh gosh. Okay, a favorite part. Where do I even begin? This whole thing was absolutely bonkers and I love it. Once again, I love manipulating the Winchesters. That's always entertaining. I also love I love / hate Roll20 being like, oh, this is one of the things your characters is best at. Perish.
I don't fucking think so.
Get fucked up.
Did not expect you all to fail those rolls.
I kind of did, because that's just how
Yeah.
Roll20 be. It's like, I have like 13 sets of physical dice now. It's like, can I pick any one of these now? Just roll them instead. Also, Mark being like, John, you're not okay. You're offering to have guests sleep on the floor?
Are you eating sugar?
Granulated sugar. Also, the tally, the death tally on the wall. I was kind of expecting it has been this many days since I have last died. But yes, again, just the bonkers stuff, but then in the background, in increasingly seeping into the foreground, just the increasingly intense creepiness and the increasing stakes. Always A++, love it. Dawn hates it. I love it. But yeah, I'm Emily. I'm at Timberdoodles on Twitter. I'm a digital artist and I complain a lot. Or I try to be a digital artist. My brain has just said no to art for like the last 3 weeks. I kind of hate it. I'm working on it. You can find me here at the same time next week. You can also find me here on Tuesdays at 7 p.m. Central Time for Champions of the Fae, where I play a tiefling swashbuckler rogue who is he is actually a fairly nice guy, but doesn't want anybody to know, and that whole game is absolute chaos. I don't think we have had a single combat encounter where I think we absolutely outright refuse to do any conventional combat whatsoever. The whole thing is also bonkers, just in a different way. But yeah, at Timberdoodles on Twitter, and I am excited for next week, as always.
Okay, and Ren.
Sorry, I was busy drawing Sophie's picture. I'm Ran. I'm on Twitter at Ran Plays Games. My favorite moments of this session were probably the whole scene with us being under fire by actual guns and how badly we responded to that as opposed to ghosts. But like, ghosts are fine, but guns, fuck. Those are scary. So I found that really good. I really like whenever Eve interacts with Sophie, it's amazing. I just have a really great time whenever Eve interacts with Sophie. Also, Eve with the Winchesters, really enjoyed that. Dawn was solid all the way through, but I can't think of too many like standout lines or anything where I was like, that was fucking amazing. So just as always, Dawn's great. Thank you, Em, for letting him play with us. Things to plug. Everything is still in progress. My other stream game is currently on a hiatus, but that should be ending soon. So I'll let you know when it is next week.
Okay,
now, excuse me, I'm going back to drawing the party as dead stick figures.
V.
It's funny you said that because I was also using my mouse pad to draw like crayon version of what Sophie had drawn.
Hey, there's no reason we can't do two.
Yeah, there you go. Favorite parts, yeah, the tally board. I was also very much expecting that it's been 0 days since, but the 40 tally marks was also very, very enjoyable. I like that. Just Don also pulling up the NASA page on his phone. It's just like,
yes,
very tired. Yeah, just very tired. Like, look, see, it's me. So that was great. I'm really sorry that everybody got shot except for Eve. But you know, this is the only time Eve's rolled decently, so I can't be too mad about it. But yeah, I honestly go into every session with 0 expectations, because even with 0 expectations, everything always goes so much differently than what, you know, you think it is. So it's so fun. I love being here every week and seeing what we're gonna get ourselves into. But as for me, I will be here on Raven's channel tomorrow for more Animus Absentus, and then of course back for more of this session next week. You can also find my art on Twitter. I have an art Twitter at PepperoDraws. That's pepper like the candy. I just recently posted a sketch on there of Eve, so if you'd like to know what she looks like, that is up there. Most recently, I posted that today. But yeah, that's me.
And that leaves me, and I am absolutely terrible at promoting myself because I am highly superstitious and I don't remember half of the stuff until probably an hour. I'll wake up and I forgot to mention that. So we're just going to assume that I mentioned it and I told everybody everything. Anyway, this has been Welcome to Madison. I hope you all enjoyed it, and please join us again next week.
Awesome. That was fantastic. Thank you so much, everybody. We're going to go on a raid here in just a moment. Before we do, though, quick mention to our sponsors, which you'll find in chat: Fundamental RPG and Die Hard Dice. Fundamental RPG is a simple D20 system. It's actually what was used for this game tonight. And it's not actually tied to a genre, so you can use it to play games like this, or high fantasy, or sci-fi, or pretty much anything you can think up. It's pretty cool. You can pick up physical copies on Amazon, digital copies, and the quick play guide at coffee.com/Raven. That's RAVVYN. And then our other sponsor, Die Hard Dice, you can find at dieharddice.com. If you use the code FUNRPG, all one word with capital letters, you can get 10% off of your order. And for the next 3 days or so until the end of the month, it's actually 15% off of your order, which is pretty cool. There's a link there in chat to the magnetic pop-up dice tower. They sent me one recently. It's really cool. I highly recommend checking that one out. And then, yeah, you can catch us back on Blackfeather Guild at 6 p.m. Mountain Time tomorrow for more Animus Absentus. And we'll see you then. Bye, everybody.